inter-island passenger ships and fast ferries merged into a super brand designed to reinvigorate the Filipinos' desire to ride ships when traveling in and around the Philippines.
With To Go Travel being the new brand, what we wanted to do is to be the premier provider of sea transport to promote domestic tourism and be sort of like a domestic cruise that would connect people from Manila to different islands or vice versa.
But to achieve this, To Go Travel has to counter several preconceived notions about boat travel: jostling at the pier, uncomfortable travel, safety issues. That's why To Go Travel's EVP and Chief Commercial Officer Stephen Ray Tagwood is taking travel time to experience To Go Travel's full Boracay cruise experience.
To Go Travel, of course, we're a young brand. We're very fresh. What we wanted to give the public is to generate memorable experiences on board our ships. That once they enter the ship, it's very different. There's this wow factor. They can dine in different food. They can listen to the band, have a cocktail at the bar underneath the stars with their friends and families. It's a whole experience in itself.
To make the inter-island
Nakatawa si
travel
Ate Sheila.
To Go Travel has partnered with several bus companies to create Travel Link, a concept wherein one can buy the convenience of a seamless land-to-water-to-land transfer with a single purchase. Our trip starts right here at the Jam Liner Terminal in Cubao, where there is a waiting area specially demarcated for those taking the link from Cubao to the Batangas Pier all the way to Caticlan. There is one Batangas-bound bus leaving the terminal every 30 minutes, and the Travel Link ticket gives you the leeway of choosing what hour you want to board the bus to catch the boat. To Go Travel goes to Caticlan from Batangas twice a day, one at 8 o'clock a.m. and another at 8 o'clock p.m. Our bus left the terminal at 3 p.m. Travel was fast and smooth, with not a stop, and reaching Batangas City at around 5 p.m. Their distinctive official color was prominently on display, starting from banners flying on lampposts leading to the city pier. We were met by a guy wearing a shirt in To Go's trademark magenta hue. In fact, if ever you lose sight of the welcome guy, you can easily find your own way by following the series of magenta signages that lead from the bus parking all the way to the To Go boarding terminal, where we joined the queue of people taking the same cruise we were. Sitting at the Batangas port was the To Go ship, unapologetically magenta, waiting to take us on an unforgettable trip to a grand destination. If safety and security is one of your concerns, To Go starts addressing this the moment you step into the terminal, where passengers file to pass through baggage and personal inspection. The waiting hall is at the second floor, where, again, the company's color is very much present. As darkness starts to fall, we finally get our first glimpse of our ship, new painted in white with a huge To Go logo emblazoned on its sides. We boarded the ship, pretty as we pleased, walking up the ramp and into a modern hotel lobby. Double-height ceiling, comfortable lounging chairs, welcome drinks, and even more seating at the mezzanine lounge, which could also double as a piano bar. I'm starting to appreciate why they call this trip domestic cruising.
When you enter, you have the front desk, and of course the nice furniture, the ambiance, the whole feeling that when a passenger enters, that feeling of that wow moment, basically, the first 5 seconds.
To provide passengers that deluxe cruise experience, the ship is treated like a floating hotel. While it is still the ship's captain who is responsible for the safe and smooth transport of the passengers, a hotel manager is in charge to ensure passengers' safety and comfort and make them feel more like hotel guests rather than cargo on this ship. And that would be Alain Frigilana.
Vessel manager is the overall in charge of the hotel operations inside the ship, and in case of any eventualities, I am the overall in charge for the passenger safety and the evacuation. And we ensure to deliver our best service that our company is known for. We should ensure that all the standards are being followed. We should continuously motivate and coach our staff, and we should always remind them the importance of our guests inside the ship now.
Very much like a hotel, we were checked in at the desk and were then guided to our respective cabins. There are a couple of staterooms available for honeymooners or the simply more discriminating. There are also several cabins that can accommodate 4 guests, while others can fit 6 people. Each cabin is air-conditioned and has its own private toilet and bath. At the back of the cabins are the tourist class accommodations, 2 big air-conditioned halls lined with comfortable double-deck bunks. The economy class bunking is located at the well-ventilated upper deck. Even for the most budget-conscious, everyone gets a bed on this ship.
Being a hotel manager is not really an easy job, but a very challenging one, because we often see passengers, communicate with them. We should always attend to their needs, give them the best service that our company is known for. And we will ensure that all our passengers will experience a memorable one inside the ship.
Above the cabins, right across the mezzanine lounge, was the ship's onboard restaurant, Horizons, which is open all throughout the trip. At the same level as the economy class is the open-air lounge and bar, where one can sit back, enjoy a drink or two, while grooving with the onboard band. Let the ship's movement lull you to an unhurried mode. When you can, strike a conversation with complete strangers. Or surprise a loved one by celebrating a milestone on board.
We want to attract not just the domestic but international as well. Like, we do have a domestic cruise line that we provide you this service, and it's very affordable. That when you walk into a ship, you feel like you're in a hotel. If you sail with us, you still experience good quality hotel service, great food, a great time. So that's what really counts. We want to encourage that for a special event, a birthday that you may have that you want to take your whole family, and that everyone can afford. So that's what we want to do.
The night soon flew away, and morning found us facing the port of Caticlan, a few minutes away from paradise itself. After a deep slumber, lulled by the comforting movement of the ship, we found ourselves just minutes away from Caticlan in bright sunlight. We see the ship in another perspective, solid and sturdy and safe.
first of all, our country is very, very beautiful. There's tons of destinations. And a lot of the people only think that to go there you can fly, but for us it's mostly the experience that as an archipelago, we have different islands that people can see. It's kind of like giving them an intimate experience at sea while they can go on the upper open deck and just look at the islands as they pass through. Sometimes if you're even lucky, you can see dolphins swimming or lots of flying fish going around. So this is just a different kind of avenue for people to see and experience our islands.
As we make landfall at Caticlan, the hotel staff attentively sees to their guests' smooth check-out and disembarkation.
Your journey starts in Batangas to Caticlan. So what we did is what we call the travel link from Manila. It includes your bus transportation, or if you're a group, you can do private vans. Of course, that will vary in price. So we want the accessibility of people from Manila going to Batangas and riding the cruise ship from Batangas to Caticlan. And from Caticlan, we also package the Oyster Ferry or the Bangkas in Boracay to transfer you to the island, and a multi-cab from the Cagban Jetty Port in Boracay to your hotel. So that's a deluxe cruise package that includes all terminal fees, your environmental fees, they're all paid for. It depends on what your budget is. We can package it, but it would still come out cheaper. It's all hassle-free. All you have to worry about is just having a great time in Boracay and meeting people.
For us taking that travel link, that meant being guided out of the ship quickly through the Caticlan terminal and on to the Oyster Ferry fast craft, which would take us to Boracay Island. Owned by Edward Pacheco, the ferry has a well-appointed and air-conditioned sitting room below deck. But since the ride would last all of 7 minutes, we decided to just stand by the rails of the open deck.
Oyster Ferry is a bus craft that has a seating capacity of 150 passengers.
Okay.
So our regular route is from Caticlan to Boracay and Boracay to Caticlan. 6 minutes to 7 minutes riding. So people can not just sit down, but they could also try to go upstairs and walk in the view deck. And they can also go in the fore area wherein they can walk around also. Because the most important thing that the tourists come to our country is to take pictures.
Okay.
So that is one of our concept, that people has to take pictures because of memories. Unlike other ordinary shipping lines, wherein you just sit down in the seat and you just wait until you arrive from your point of destination.